This is where the fun begins.
Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the hog pen.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Inside the Hog Pen. We are kind of bare in the pen tonight. It's kind of a thrown together last minute show. MC is out. He is working on another project. He'll be back with us next week. And then Tyler, I don't know if I can announce this or not, but Tyler, we may be on baby watch with Tyler. I got a phone call from him just before the show went live.
Baby Watch 2.0.
And we are on, that's right, we're on Baby Watch 2.0, but I got D-Mad back with us. D-Mad, man, let's jump right into this. First off, how's little Kylie doing?
What's that, bud?
I said, well, how's little Kylie doing? I know we're on Baby Watch. Let's talk about the babies for a minute.
Well, it's official. She stained one of my shirts.
Hey, it wouldn't be fatherhood if you didn't have a stained T-shirt, right?
Right. No, me and her, I was watching Anger Management. She was laying on top of me, and let's just say by the end of Anger Management, I was asleep too.
Hey, that's a good movie to go fall asleep to, though.
Yeah, I got to hear old Adam Sandler yelling at people like always. But she's doing all right.
I can't picture an Adam Sandler movie where he's not yelling at somebody.
You're right. That's pretty on brand for the guy.
Right? As you can tell, I am working on trying to get our show sent out, and that's why we are vamping at the moment. But hope everybody had a great week. I got to tell you, we're going to jump into this, but we've got a couple of things to talk about. First off, Jesus.
I will say this before you really get started and you're kind of still vamping.
Yeah.
The guests that are on the pre-show, the bumper before the show starts, I've talked to 2 of 3 of them this week.
Nice.
And they're all doing well.
Now we have a very special guest coming on next week, correct?
I still ironing out the details.
Not going to tell you who it is. You have to pay attention to our social media to find out.
I would just say he used to wear the number 22, and that's about all I'm going to give you on that. And I was sitting.
Let's put it this way, D. He's not Peyton Hillis.
No, he's not Peyton Hillis, but
that's all we're going to tell you.
I'm not going to say any more on that. But
nope.
I was up in the Fort Smith area since Saturday. Had some family issues, lost my grandfather. But I just opened my phone and had a text message from this player, and I turned to my brother and said, "Look at this," and it made it a little bit easier. It was pretty cool.
There you go. All right, so we're going to talk primarily. We're going to talk about basketball and football tonight, and the thing about it is, do we have to talk about football? Yes, because what the hell? All right, let's just jump on in this. But on the other side is the basketball team, and it's not just the guys; it's the women too. These ladies, I don't know if you saw any of these highlights or whatnot from the game. Holy crap! They fought back from 21 down to win the game against Louisiana Tech. You wouldn't have seen that in the last couple of years with Mike Neighbors at the helm. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
Probably would have got ran out of the building.
Yeah. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, because we have
the 193 yards and penalties.
Oh, there's that, and apparently we've got one. Sam Jones says that's a 15-yard roughing the algorithm penalty on ITHP Studios. Razorback Zach's been disqualified for the remainder of tonight's broadcast.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If we lose another host today, it's not gonna be like one of those 4-on-5 in basketballs. We're going to shut the game down.
Yeah, that's it. Which I've got a bone to pick with East End School District, too. That's going to be my rant later on in the show. You're not going to believe what happened this weekend with Bigelow High School. it's something anyway. But no, football falls again, and here's the thing: we're staring down the barrel of 2-10. I hate to say it. Okay, wait a minute. Let me back up. All right, let me back up for a second. Mr. Sunshine Pumper, how do you spin this to put a positive note on it?
The only thing I can think of is what everybody was thinking at the same time in the third quarter. Get after them, Bobby. And he was going at that dude. And man, it's been a long time since we've had a coach on the sideline sit there and absolutely berate an official
Yeah,
and show a little bit of what's the word that I've been saying all year? Heart.
passion, heart.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a long time since our coaches have shown heart, and you could see after that play or after that kickoff from the 10, the defense showed up after that.
Yeah.
They still gave up yards and touchdowns, but they responded directly after those two personal fouls.
Well,
Uh,
I
they're starting to believe in Bobby, I think.
here, well, not if you saw that game on Saturday, you didn't. I don't get. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the game for a couple of reasons. I was out helping celebrate a 16th birthday, which
I
by
will
the way,
tell you, I will give you the game in a synopsis.
well, from the
Arkan,
sound of it, Chuck was just not. By the end of it, Chuck was just like, "This is ridiculous."
it it was like without saying it's the refs' fault. The refs made the game about them. We had plenty of opportunities to end the game. There was two fourth downs committed or not committed, converted
Yeah,
on the same drive that they scored the eventually game-winning touchdown on. The first one, it was like 4th and 6, and they had a guy open on the near side, but their quarterback just decided to throw the go route. And what has been the theme of our defense? They don't turn around and look for the ball. And
they don't.
then they didn't turn around and look for the ball. The guy slid into first base and caught it, basically. Um,
Now, was Mississippi State's backup quarterback as good as they were making it sound on the radio call? Like
yeah.
he seemed. It sounded to me like he was unstoppable when he took off running.
He was until Larry Worth rocked his world.
That was great. I,
I think after the Larry Worth hit, I think they were like, we don't want to kill him yet. Let's go ahead and bring in the other dude.
oh my goodness.
Larry Worth laid into him. That's still, I don't see that as, I mean, I've seen that called targeting before, and it just kind of seemed with this entire game, especially after Bobby put his foot up in there. You know what? If they had a chance to throw a flag, they were going to throw a flag. Um, One time it helped us. On the Raylan Sharp caught a ball, made a couple people miss, fumbled it out of the end zone, but they called it defensive holding, so we got the ball back and eventually scored. But it just seemed like anytime there was a marginal penalty, it was being called against us. The one that really set Bobby off, I think, was the 2-point conversion. We ran the zone read shovel pass. And if you heard the last part of that play, is a pass. So basically, Talon faked the zone read to Mike Washington, had a defensive lineman coming at him, and then pulled the ball out and shoveled it to Rohan Jones. And that's a forward pass. So he is the protection of a passer at that point. But he threw the ball to Rohan Jones, scored, and then the defensive lineman picked him up, drove him 15 yards backwards, and planted him into the ground. And that's where the first personal foul came from. And then they came back to the sidelines, and Bobby started talking to him. And I don't think Bobby was trying to get the personal foul to get the guys going, but he eventually did. And
Well,
it just
what
seemed
do you
like
think? What do you think
when it
Bobby
rained,
said?
it poured.
Right? What do you think Bobby said to that official?
You gotta call it both ways
Yeah.
because there was a couple of plays. Xavier Sori had about 2 steps after the ball was released, put his hands on the guy and pushed him, and they threw the penalty. Quincy Rhodes hit the guy as he was throwing the ball on third down to nobody. It was like 3rd and 10. Quincy Rhodes tackled him to the ground, and that was the last play their quarterback played before he came back in. But they called it roughing the passer because I guess had all of his weight come down on him. One of
I
those
guess so.
one
Like
of
I
those
said,
stupid penalties.
thanks YouTube TV and ESPN and Disney for screwing up my weekend of college football. Um,
Can't tell
couldn't
you how
watch.
many text messages I got about that from Zach.
Oh my God, I was mad as hell. I was mad as hell. But from the sound of it, though, I mean, what gives you the idea? And I'm asking legit, not as Mr. Sunshine Pump or anything like that. But what makes you think that they're finally starting to buy into Bobby? I mean, we've got 3 games left. We're not going bubbling.
How many games has Bobby been the coach? It's been about we're 2-7,
3.
so it's been about 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, it's been
After an interim coach has been in your backside for about a little over a month,
yeah,
you're gonna either say, dude, this guy's not gonna be here next year, and you're gonna start to let go of the rope. You're gonna start to do whatever you want, and the team's just not doing that. Like they're playing really hard, whistle to whistle, and they got penalized for playing whistle to whistle all game Saturday.
that had to be
Uh,
a record.
it was. I think it was an Arkansas record. Um, Also, whenever Quincy Rhodes he tackled the guy 10 feet or 10 yards into the backfield, and they never blew the whistle until he started to throw him, and then they blew the whistle. Well, this guy's been breaking tackles all night. What's to say he doesn't break this one?
Yeah,
Our team's been known to not finish plays, so you're gonna penalize them for finishing a play?
yeah.
Like
And I
it's
wish
ridiculous.
I wish I had the video. So the SEC commissioner was at the Little Rock Touchdown Club this week, and
I feel like they went softer on him than he should.
well, and Basil asked him about that, and boy, did he step on a landmine when he answered it.
I just think they could have cornered him a little bit more on it,
They could have.
and I think it was one of those we don't want to piss off the SEC more than we already have.
Who was it that
But
got pinned for targeting? By the way, was that Worth?
Larry Worth,
Which was it? Was it legit targeting? Because Quinn Grovey said that it was.
helmet to helmet, crown of the helmet.
Did he
Like
didn't watch though? Did he?
it doesn't matter. I've seen that actually called as targeting before outside of an Arkansas game, so it doesn't surprise me that it was called.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that every single player and referee and coach on the field thought nothing of it and lined up for the next play. The quarterback didn't signal to anything. The players didn't signal to anything. The only thing that was different was they snapped the ball. I've seen that called targeting a lot, and I really wish Mississippi State would have just ran the play quicker
Yeah.
because we would have had Larry Worth for the first half. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been dreaming of an Arkansas player who just stopped giving a crap and just laid the wood on somebody. And I don't think it's a bad thing to get a targeting play. I really don't. I think the NFL doesn't really care. The only thing that happens is you lose out on film. If
Well,
you're going to come down and lay a hit on somebody, especially a quarterback, an
but that's
NFL team is going to sit there and say, okay, this guy's not afraid to hit somebody. Our
yeah, but
defensive backs have been afraid to hit people all year.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing: the NFL they've gotten so soft, you can't hit a quarterback anymore.
Yeah, but you can hit a
You
running
can't lay
back.
into anybody that hard anymore.
Well, you can hit a running back, and right now quarterbacks are as good as running backs in college.
Well, yeah, that's true too. I don't know. It just you've got a bye week this week, and then you go to LSU, you go to Austin to play the Longhorns, and then you come home to wrap up the regular season, or wrap up the season period with Missouri.
We're beating Texas.
See, I can't. The way our and I cannot believe I'm gonna do this, and thankfully Amy's not watching. But Arch is finally starting to figure it out. I'm afraid.
Who did they play?
Vanderbilt. And I mean, they that first half against Vanderbilt, he lit them up. He made them look like the Vanderbilt of old. And
I hear you.
well, for those for those Hog fans that are still on the fence, all right, because I'm gonna let you know I'm with MC. It's hoop season. I don't think I can sit through another football game. I can't. I'm gonna
I'll say
try.
they make it exciting right now. These are exciting losses.
You know, those are two words I never thought I'd hear you put together. Exciting loss. Not sure that's a good thing or not.
We almost always almost win.
There you go. That needs to be our new motto. But when Bobby took over, everybody was so gung ho on finally we're going to win it. Finally we're going to turn it around. Finally this, finally that. It's the same old thing. One score losses, mental mistakes, fundamental mistakes. I mean, you can't help the ref thing. That there's a vendetta or some kind of a hex or something with the SEC refs, but I mean,
I think we see a suspension of that crew at some point. There's no way that they get away with that. That was malpractice
oh
almost.
God, duh, for 200 yards. I've never seen a game.
18 to
Never.
4.
I've never seen a college or professional football game where you've got 200 yards in penalties. Ever on one. Now, you've seen it on both sides combined,
Mm.
you know, or close to that. You've never seen it on one side that bad.
Yeah, I've never seen it in semi-professional because that's what Power 5 or Power 4 football. Semi-professional or professional football that you've seen a ref take over a game and that egregiously. Now we all know what happens with Tim Donaghy in basketball. Those guys got really offended by Allen Iverson at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say that this isn't the same thing? Because I think it happened with Eric Musselman too. His
Yeah, it
last
happened.
year at Arkansas, he stopped berating officials. He probably got a nice little talking to by the SEC too, and he just couldn't be himself, and the officials were going to tee him up or tee a player up, or they were going to call everything against them, and it just seemed like his last year that it seemed like the refs were not really liking the whole charges being happening because we were the
Well,
king of charges
yeah.
and touch fouls.
My whole thing is though, is there anything positive going into LSU, Texas, and Missouri? That's my whole thing right there. Is I
It's hard to say.
you gonna tell me it's a one score loss? I mean,
You know
because
what?
that's
I will say it's a one score loss.
you would. You would. I don't know. It's hard to sit through. It's hard to sit through Razorback football again, and it's. I don't know if it's just is it me, or have we just hit apathy, like true. And I know we've talked about it for years. You know, last year, this year, the year before, but is it just true apathy that has finally set in with the fan base?
I think it's a culmination of about how long has it been? about 13 years of being very mediocre, if not bad, that fans are kind of just sitting there like, what now? Yeah, that's where everybody's at is what now? You just said it too, Zach. Are we supposed to be excited going into the LSU game? No. Nobody's excited for this football team. And I full well believe Bobby's not going to stop coaching these players hard. Um, Bobby's not going to stop coaching these players hard. I think Chris Wilson, I think he's coaching for his next job. I think I think Bobby still wants an opportunity at this. And so long as this team is showing fight, I think he might get I think Bobby keeps his name in the hat. I really think I'm going down with the ship with Bobby. I
Yeah.
I think Bobby deserves his second chance. I'm going to be a Bobby rider on that. Now, if we pull a James Franklin, that's fine. But I think we're looking at a, the last Chad Morris year with Barry Lunny taking over, and I think we're better than that year. Let's be honest. We've had only one game that was not a one-score loss. Yours is over there. And that was a game where every single player on the team quit. But
Yeah.
I think these some of these players are not trying. They're not trying. Some of them, and they haven't tried since Pittman was a player or was the coach. And I'll name a couple of them. Davila, he sold that tackle on 4th and 4. If he would have got that tackle, the game would have been over. And then you had Caleb Wooden. Why are you taking such a poor angle to go help out tackle? And there was another guy right there on that last touchdown. He hit him, couldn't wrap him up. If Caleb Wooden came in and actually tried to tackle him, then they would have been at the 2 or 3 yard line. But he wrapped up and then lost him. Caleb Wooden kind of fakes tackle him, looks like he tried, and then let go. And then did they score a 2-point conversion after that? There was a play. I think I've seen it going.
I didn't get to watch it, and I barely listened to it. And what I did catch was not good.
There was a play. It was after the touchdown. I think it was a 2-point conversion. They ran the ball right down our throats, and you had Davila again. He came in and like met the guy in the hole and just missed him. It just looked like the guy tried to act like he was giving effort because he knew he couldn't stop him. It just looks like this team is, let me show on film that I'm giving effort.
Right.
And I think we're getting to the point where if you're not giving real effort, pull these guys out of the game.
Yeah.
We're paying them for a reason. We're paying
Dwight
them to put
Raleigh
their nose in there.
Dwight Raleigh has a comment. Says, in my opinion, if you start holding referees accountable by fining them and suspending them, they might start calling better games. Yes and no.
That's the thing. They're contractors. They're not paid by the SEC besides being a contractor. They're not full-time employees. So it's hard to hold somebody accountable whenever you don't have a contract with them outside of one game.
That's just the way it is. Like I said, dude, I don't have a lot of faith in this football team, and I feel
Or
like
you could put it into the contract that you hold their paycheck until you grade their performance, but then you're not ever going to have a referee.
I was gonna say, then you're never gonna have a referee. Oh, we ready to talk about basketball?
And
How badass these teams are.
I'm ready for anything, man.
So we are gonna step away for a break, and on the other side of the break, I'm gonna get my rant over with East End School District, because the things that happened this weekend with this high school football team is, y'all aren't gonna believe this. And somebody out there, if y'all know high school football a little bit better than I do, Please explain to me why they did this. And you're going to find out what my problem is on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hog Pen. Back right after this.
Meeks Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Meeks Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Meeks Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hog Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hog Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hog Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hog Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hog Pen.
It's time to step back inside the hog pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
This is where the fun begins. All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen. Razorback Zach hanging out with you tonight alongside D-Mad. MC's off on other ventures, and Tyler has officially entered Baby Watch 2.0.
He answered the transfer portal. Don't listen to him.
Hey, Tyler quit. I could make a joke, D. I could make a joke, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it alone.
Leave it alone, Zach.
I'm going to leave it alone. But you know what I'm not going to leave alone, D? And explain this to me. All right? What's up, Enzo? So Bigelow High School, 2A football, had a game Saturday night at Johnson County Westside. They were up like 28-0 early third quarter when the power goes out at the stadium. Well, instead of waiting it out to see if the power would come back on, which I verified that it was on, it never lost power, so I don't know what happened. Because you can see that kind of thing now on the internet. They called the game and said, finish it tomorrow. You're going to make these kids drive all the way back out, an hour and a half from Bigelow High School. You're going to make these kids drive all the way out there to finish the game. Now, any idea what the final score was?
You say it was 28-0?
It's like 28-0 at the half.
I'm going to say probably like 35-37.
Go up. It was like 52-3. Exactly. Why? Why not just go ahead and call the game? If you're already past halftime,
I'll tell you why.
Somebody tell me the rule. And again, I'm asking legitimately. Somebody tell me the rule about this, because here's the thing. The AAA needs to look into this rule and change it. It's just my opinion.
there's a certain point in any AAA game
Okay.
that every team has to get to for the game to become official.
Right.
So the game has to probably get to a certain point in the third quarter or a certain point in the fourth quarter. But
Because I know the
um,
sportsmanship rules goes into effect at 35,
right,
and they weren't quite at
it,
30. But still,
it you have to the game has to get to a certain point for it to become an official game, and apparently that qualification was not met. Now, the whole electricity being out thing could have been a transformer, could have been some type of breaker, something could have happened somewhere where they had to go find a replacement situation. It might not have been a power outage in the area. It could have been something like some type of fuse somewhere broken.
yeah. But at the same time, these kids. I mean, come on. This isn't college ball. This isn't semi-pro ball. It, if the game is well in hand, just go ahead and end it.
Hey Zach,
Yes.
would you would you as a high school player want to end the game, or would you want to would you want to spend a couple hours out of your Saturday to play the game that you somewhat care for?
Yeah, and you know, I was ready for that question. And you look at it both ways, okay? You're a teenage kid, 16, 17, 18 years old, 19 in some circles, but um you're going to have plans on a Saturday that you've had in place for quite a while. And now you have to go and finish a game that was already well in hand. I don't know. Yes and no. Bottom line to your question, yes and no. I would, because if I plan on playing college ball, the more tape I have, the better recruiting I have. But on the other side, as a normal teenage dude, no, I got plans on Saturday. This game's already won. They're not going to come back and beat us. So yes and no. But that's my rant. That's my rant. That's my rant. Let's talk about something else.
I was about to say, I think you need to look at this in the shoes of a person that's playing in the game
Yeah, I know.
rather than the shoes of the player on the sideline. Not to throw shade at a
Well,
player
no,
sitting on the sideline.
no, and I'm more of the parent sitting in the stands griping and complaining.
Yeah.
You know, that's
So did
kind of
Bigelow win or lose?
they won. They won 50
Okay, so
3.
Bigelow was up 28 to nothing.
Yes,
Down in what did you say it was East End?
Johnson County West Side.
So, yeah. What about the other side of the field? Do they think they can come back and win after 28 points?
You know, I don't know. I wasn't there.
So you didn't even go to this game?
No,
Boy, if you don't move on from this subject, I'm
I'm
about to
look.
roast you on this camera right here.
No, I like I said, I can
You better
complain,
move on.
but let's move on to basketball before I put myself into any more trouble. Um, these basketball teams, dude, for the Razorbacks are dangerous.
Dude, I don't
Like,
know if you saw it, but there was an alley-oop thrown to Pringle. The guy tipped it in front of Nick Pringle. And it was, I don't know if you watched The Last Dance, but it was the whole Michael Jordan being portrayed by Magic Johnson.
right?
It was like Michael went up and jumped, and and he looked at Magic Johnson jumping with him. He just looked at him and saw him go down, and then went back up and grabbed the ball and dunked it. That's how much vert that Pringle had. It was insane.
It. I like the way these guys fought, and they never got rattled. They never got rattled.
This
You
team's gonna
know,
be dangerous, man. I mean,
if they stay healthy, this team's not only going to be dangerous.
knock on wood.
I've
You
knocked on
knock.
wood. I've knocked on wood. I've gone outside, did the little rain dance in my underwear, spit 3 times, came back inside. We're good.
Nobody wants to see that.
I was wondering if you caught that.
But no, I mean, it seems like this team has everything that you could ask for with a basketball team. You've got size, you've got athleticism, you've got outside shooting. How about TB starting to hit some 3-pointers? You've
EB looks a
got.
whole lot better than he has the last couple of years.
You see what Anthony Black said?
Mm-mm.
Anthony Black took to Instagram and commented on the final score and said it's about time we see TB with a true point guard.
Right?
So, I mean, we got ISO players. You got guys who can make their own shots. I mean, it's incredible how much this team can do. You can throw it up. You can probably throw it to the post. We haven't seen this from Ewing yet. That dude can handle it too. And if he wants to get his back to the basket, I'm sure he can. Sorry, I'm sure Ewing can even have a little bit of a post-up game. You have TB out there getting hustle boards, and I think he had 3 blocks the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you get Ewing, Pringle, and TB to have hustle game after game after game, this team's going to be really good.
Yeah, and that's, screw went with my computer.
And that was the problem with TB last year while you're messing with that. TB didn't really know where his place was last year. And it seems as if through 2 exhibition games and a regular scheduled game, it seems that TB has found his happy place.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, you've got Brazil, Pringle, Richmond, Acuff, and Wagner were your starters. Malik Thomas, dude, good night, and he's only a freshman.
He said something. He had an interview the other day. They were talking about how good he is on offense, and he responded, "I'm gifted on offense, and that goes a long way. But if I can shore up some of my defensive struggles, the sky's the limit for me." And how mature of a response is that from a 18, 19-year-old?
Yeah, that's a pretty big response. That's a pretty big response. But I mean, they've got a bigger test coming up this weekend on Saturday against Michigan State. They go to Michigan State to play this game, so it's an away game.
And their crowd they were there
Yeah,
on that first game. Nothing like seeing a nice road environment as your second game of the year. As my brother keeps on telling me, by the way, Arkansas has plus 2,500 odds to win the national championship. Buy in early.
yeah, buy in early, buy in definitely early, and the women too. The women are dangerous. They played Louisiana Tech the very next night, and they got down, but they came back from like 15 or 21 down and won the game. So you're already starting to see a difference in the women's side of things too. And these girls are scrappy. And I mean scrappy.
Yeah, I think that was. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I got a case of the yawns right now, but I do.
Well, you've got like a 1-month-old, so
She's about 6 or 7 weeks, you know.
yeah.
So she when she was at Tulsa, I think she came from Tulsa, right? But when she was at Tulsa, they had like a scrappy team, and maybe she brings that scrappiness over here, and maybe she can catch fire with it. I don't know.
Maybe. We are going to move into our SEC pick'ems. None of us did a very good job.
I was about to say I was kind of keeping up with it on Saturday,
None
and
of us.
I don't think I did very well.
You were 2-4.
Oof.
Uh-oh. Let me add this dude in real quick.
Oh Lord,
If I This is so weird.
Zach, you are fired, Zach.
I am, but hang on. Screw it. We're gonna do it like that. I don't know what y'all did to this thing. Oh shit. Sorry. Tyler, what's up, dude?
Sorry, guys, we had a false alarm there, but everything is okay.
That's good to know.
I thought we were about to be full blown baby time.
That's a scary moment, isn't it?
It's something.
So was your anxiety like through the roof there for a minute? Because you are like red faced, bro.
Well, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but no, man, it was more like just trying to make sure everything was ready, you know.
Hey man,
Just
I'm
last
saying
second.
you got scare number one out of the way, so scare number two is due anytime now.
Well, I mean, we're 6 days away, so it's
You're
basically
within a week. You're within a week. Oh, dude, you're not gonna get any sleep from here on out.
About 6 or 7 days away.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of you're right there.
I'm
So
getting
where
a
we
death
at? What's
glare from
going
my
on?
wife, by the way. Tyler, what'd you think of the penalty fest? I mean, the football game the other day.
Man, I mean, obviously, I think the penalties played a large part in honestly what happened with our offense into the fourth quarter because of just trying to get some kind of momentum. And Taylor Green just obviously flustered with how the defense was, the offense was performing, and then you have every time it seems like you're catching a break, you're getting a first down, you're catching a little bit of momentum. There, a flag drops out, and
That was
I
not a
don't
hold.
know. That wasn't a hold, and the targeting. If the offensive player lowers their head for contact, what is the defensive player supposed to do? Because if that what was it, their quarterback or see no,
Yeah,
it was their quarterback.
it was
If
backup quarterback.
yeah, so if he doesn't lower his head right there, then nothing is, you know, nothing's done. And the guy was already, form tackle. He drops his hips. He does launch, and he's going to wrap up, and then that quarterback just he drops his head down. I don't know, man. It just there's so many things about that game that are frustrating. The penalties, but also the thing that got me the most was, and you had the exact moment that we got our last first down, but we didn't get a first down after our first drive in the fourth quarter, and we finished that drive. That drive began in the third quarter, you had said. So no first downs in the fourth quarter.
The, the only first down we had was called back because of a holding. And then as soon as you get that holding, 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 20. It's impossible to go against that sometimes,
Right.
especially when you have a quarterback. Listen, I'm going to say this. I love Talon. I think Talon's a hell of a player. When it comes down to crunch time,
He panics.
you don't need him as a quarterback.
No.
He's not some 2 minute drill. Watch him during a 2 minute drill. How many seconds tick by during a 2 minute drill? He'll take a 2 minute drill and then get down and start running around in the backfield, not throwing the ball away, waste 10 to 15 seconds every single time. Happened in the first half, happened right before the game ended. It's like, brother, you have got to get rid of the ball. Like, I don't understand. I hate to
Dude,
say this.
go for it.
You are a senior. This is your last year. How are you so unaware in crunch time? I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's just so unaware in crunch time.
Man, and and I hate to use I hate to use video games as a sports reference because obviously it's not real life. But the way that they teach getting your reads is the same. You get your first read, you get your second read, and if it's not there, you got to check it down. You don't have time. And he has to know that. You get your first read, you get your second read, and you got to check it down. I saw a play They had taken another screenshot of another play that happened. Talen's got a receiver right at the first down marker, a running back on the right side of the formation, out wide open in the flats, and it was like 2nd and 8. And it just showed that screenshot. You could see the rush, and there were no other defensive players in the frame. Just those two offensive players wide open, the running back and the wide receiver. And the caption was, "Believe it or not, this play ended in a sack." And it's like, man, you have to see that. You got pressure coming. Their defense is dropping back, so they're saying, we're going to bring pressure. We're going to run a shell. You're not throwing it over the top. You got to get it out, and you got to hit that curl or that flat and let your playmakers make plays.
What the defense is basically saying at that point is we don't believe that you can we don't believe that you can nickel and dime your way down the field against us. We believe that you're going to make a mistake. Guess what? Makes mistakes every time.
So, all right, we're going to move on to our picks because we're running out of time here. I've got MCs, but this week the games kind of suck. But let me run through the rankings real quick. Tyler and I still, once again, have the same amount of wins. And he's 2 weeks behind everybody, but he still has the best winning percentage out of all of us. Dylan, on the other hand, went 2-4 last week for a total record of 36-26. MC won the week again. I'm sorry, he's still the overall winner. He went 3-3. He is now 40-22. Tyler went 3-3. He's 34-16. I went 3-3. I am 34-26. So I'm still above 500. So hey, I'll take it. I got kind of close.
I'm 4 games behind MC.
You are 4 games behind MC. Here are this week's picks. Now, this week's picks, a lot of teams were on buys this week. So here's the first one. Number 7, BYU travels to number 8, Texas Tech to take on the Red Raiders. MC took Texas Tech. I'm taking Texas Tech too. To hell with the Mormons.
Is their starting quarterback still hurt?
I believe so.
Give me BYU.
The only reason I'm going to stay with Tech, even with the quarterback, is because of Texas Tech's defense. So I'm going Tech as well.
You don't believe in the freshman number 47 at quarterback? That's crazy.
All right. Next one. The next one is probably going to be the one I'm going to keep my eye on the most. Number 3, Texas A&M travels to Columbia to take on number 22, Missouri Tigers. Who you got, D? A&M or Missouri? MC took A&M.
This is a typical A&M letdown.
It really is.
This is a typical Missouri playing above their heads. But I gotta go A&M. I don't trust it. I don't trust either one of them.
A&M has potentially the best front 7 in all of college football. Missouri, obviously, without Bo Prabula. I don't see.
They don't have Bo?
No, didn't he break his leg last week?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he broke his leg last week.
Wow.
Give me A&M.
Did y'all see?
Dylan, you took Missouri?
No, A&M.
A&M.
Did y'all see what Jalen Catalon said?
What?
They said, "How are you going to slow down A&M's offense?" And they said, "We're going to make Marcel Reed play quarterback," implying that he can't throw the ball.
Oh, my. Yeah, I don't think LSU or anybody else has tried that yet.
Right? All right, number 9, Oregon travels to Ames to take on number 20, Iowa. Who you got? MC took Oregon. I'm going to take Oregon as well. Tyler, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take, somebody else just to split it up a little bit, but Oregon's going to be too much for Iowa.
Yeah, I think Oregon's going to be too much too. So I'm going to take Oregon. The speed versus Iowa is something that I'm going to be watching very closely. Because that's not a normal Pac-12 Big Ten game. That's going to be I I'll say this: Oregon is more of a SEC school than they are a Big Ten school. They are built like an SEC school up front.
Right. All right. Here's where I had you guys kind of throw in a matchup or two because my brain, I couldn't figure out which ones to pick. Tulane travels to Memphis, take on the Tigers. MC takes Tulane. Give me Tulane too.
Interesting about this matchup, one of these two guys could potentially be your next head coach.
Don't you wish that evil on me?
John Summerall or Ryan Silverfield? Come on.
Don't you wish that evil on me?
Both of which are in the running for Arkansas's next head coach, being Arkansas's next head coach.
But I'm going Memphis.
Yep, I'm going litter box.
We go to the scorecard. We have a split decision. No, I'm kidding. Trying to do my best, Michael Buffer. Florida State travels to Clemson. Battle of the losers. MC took Florida State.
Wow, he took Florida State?
This one's a flip a coin, man.
I'm going to take Clemson. I think Florida State's slowly starting to lose the locker room. And I don't know how Dabo still has a locker room, but it seems like they come out and play for him, even though they it's a battle of who wants to lose more.
I don't know. If my question is Dabo still fighting for that job, or has he already got a foot out the door looking elsewhere? That's my question. Mike Norvell, I think Dabo's done enough to probably be able to go somewhere else. Mike Norvell, if he loses, is going to go back to a
Memphis.
a stepping stone job. So I'm going to take Florida State.
All right, last matchup of the night. Iowa State travels to Abilene to take on TCU. They are in Abilene, right?
Fort Worth,
my bad. Which one's Abilene?
Abilene Christian.
That's the one. I got them confused.
There's probably another one there.
Yeah, I thought there was something else there.
There probably is.
Right. MC took TCU. I don't know what Dylan took. He dropped out.
That's a tough game. Man, I'm gonna go TCU. I'm gonna go TCU in that one as well.
Yeah, give me TCU as well. Iowa State or TCU, D?
That's a toughie. Who did MC take?
TCU. So did Tyler and myself.
See, part of me is telling me to go for Iowa State because they are kind of a wild card right now. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. And I need to get some games back on MC, so I'm gonna go Iowa State. I don't want to.
You were doing really well towards the beginning of the season, and you just kind of went.
That's what happens when these games start getting a little more difficult.
Right?
Did I miss the coaching groomers?
Groomer?
No, we touched on it.
Groomer?
We didn't talk about it too much.
Tell you what, man. The Arkansas Razorbacks.
You got it.
Karen McFadden, Peyton Hillis.
You're killing me, Smalls. You know that?
Did y'all touch on any of that?
No, actually.
No.
Ryan Mallett.
Anyway. But we'll touch on it next week. Final thoughts as we get out of here tonight. D-Mad, we'll start with you.
Jimmy Sexton doing Jimmy Sexton things with that sounds really weird when you say it that way. But
yeah.
Doing Jimmy Sexton things with James Franklin. Who knows? He's still in the ballpark, I guess. Also, Tyler, we hinted at this earlier. We're going to have a player that wore the number 22 on the show at some point.
but it is not Peyton Hillis.
Not Peyton Hillis, man.
Not.
But
Still a stud nonetheless, though.
yep. No. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like Bobby. I need to see the motorcycle crash one more time. I'm going for Bobby, man.
You're all in on Bobby P. We'll see.
I
We'll see.
man, I like a good coach, and if you want somebody to come in and coach and be an offensive guru like Cliff Kingsbury or Lincoln Riley,
Hey, his name's
Bob,
in the running, and
I know.
y'all made fun of me. Y'all like, no, he's not coming.
And interestingly enough, a Barstool Sports one of the guys that does one of their shows saw a Razorback Foundation playing in DC yesterday. So
Yep. It's already been up there once before too. Man, plane tracking season's in its
Full
final
swing,
form
dude.
right now.
Yeah, it is.
Tyler,
Guys,
final thoughts as we get out of here.
We will get a bigger name coach than people think. I think it'll be a home run. We are putting our junk on the table, so to speak. Jimmy Sexton has put it out there. Everybody knows.
Wow,
Chicken Man?
You went double entendre there, didn't you?
Chicken Man's in the running?
Put our junk on the table, and Jimmy Sexton's throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm serious though.
Wow.
Hey, this is how it works. This is how it works, right? He knows what we're offering James Franklin because we're going after him hard. Well, the word gets out, people hear about it. This is what Arkansas is doing. Hey, we're trying to land a big name. We may strike out on James Franklin, but I firmly believe that we will be tickled with who the head coach is.
Nick Saban incoming. I'll give everybody a look into our group chat. We were talking about is James Franklin a home run hire? And I was like, that's a Chris Lanzilli no doubt home run against Stanford in the College World Series. And then MC responded with, well, who would be the Charlie Welch? Nick Saban. Easy answer, Nick Saban.
Right.
Who's your home run, Zach, before we hop off?
Man, I don't know. Houston freaking nut. I don't know. I really don't. Honestly, I don't really have an opinion.
I need everything you've got. 40 minutes. I need everything you got.
Right. Quite honestly, I just want to be relevant again. I don't give a damn who the coach is. I just want to be relevant again. It doesn't have to be some big name. Doesn't have to be, a splash. Just make us relevant.
You know who would make us relevant really easily? John Gruden, man.
I hate you both. I absolutely hate you both. But anyway, that's going to do it for us on this episode of Inside the Hog Pen. On behalf of Dylan D. Madden and the new father down below, Tyler Callahan, a.k.a. Officer Doofy. I'm Razorback Zach. Thank you for watching. Until next time, so long, everybody.